One more thing here before we actually do the actual boxes based on the handouts that we distributed. We moved stuff left and right, so on and so forth. We made layers. We understood the C-plane. We understand the views and directions and a little bit of the interface. There's always going to be more that we'll begin to learn as we move along. But one thing in terms of manipulating pieces, there's also a thing called rotate, right? What if I want to take this wall? Actually, let's, I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to call it tall wall. Okay, and I'm going to give it a different color so it stands out a bit. I'm going to make it maybe orange. Okay, so I'm going to select it and change its color to tall wall. Now it's this, I can identify it as such, right? So what if I want to rotate this wall? I want to turn it around. I want it to be parallel to the y-axis. Okay. So there's a command for that, right? Right? You can type in the command line rotate. And it'll ask you, Rhino recognizes, oh, this person wants to rotate. Well, what do you want to rotate? You want to rotate your view or your camera or just the object? Or rotate 3D. That means rotate 3D turns the whole objects kind of like that. Right? Rotate 2D, it just rotates it on the plane that it's on, like this. Okay? Different kinds of rotations. So I'm just going to select the basic rotate because I want to rotate it on the ground. As usual, it's always going to tell me, I understand what you want to do, but tell me to which object do you want to do this? This one. Okay. Press enter when done, so I know that you're not going to select any more items to rotate. I press enter. Okay. Center of rotation. Well, you know what? I want to rotate it from this end point right here. So I'm going to select that. And see how it gave me a circle? Right. I'm going to change my current layer actually back to default so you can see my radius. And there we go. Okay. So see how that circle is flat on the ground? Because it's not going to rotate 3D. It's going to rotate basically just flat on the ground. Right? Angle or first reference point. I'm going to keep this ortho. So it goes just 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Right? Or I'm just not going to do ortho. I get rid of it. So it goes wherever I want. You can enter degrees, right? I want to rotate it 30 degrees, 20 degrees, 360. I don't know why you want to do that, but any degree you want. And then there's a thing with rotating it 30 degrees or minus 30 degrees, right? So it makes a difference whether you're moving it clockwise or counterclockwise. 90 degrees or minus 90 degrees, the way I'm showing you with my hand. I'm just going to randomly pick something there and rotate. See that? Okay, so if I know the exact angle, I can type it there, but if it's just visual, I can just do that, right?
So the size of the circle doesn't matter?
Not really. The size of the circle doesn't matter because it's not about the circle, it's about the angle, right? And there it is. It's rotated, right? Let's give it a certain angle in the rotate. I'm going to type enter again with my space bar because I'm too lazy to type rotate. Okay? And select the object to rotate. Actually, let's do a Control Z. When you type Control Z, it eliminates your last step. So I just typed Control Z on my keyboard to eliminate my last move, my last command. Right? So I'm going to type rotate. Press enter. Select object to rotate. I want to rotate from here. Okay, so I want to say I want to rotate it. Right now the default is 55.9 degrees. Let's say my first reference point is going to be right there. Right? You see that? Now I'm going to get rid of my O snap, my ortho. So I want to type 30, let's say 30 degrees. Should we do this in top view? Right? So I'm going to do 30 degrees. Press enter. There you go. Right? So is this really 30 degrees if you're starting to measure from the top? Yeah. So you have to add the numbers, okay? And we'll go over that when we're actually beginning to rotate actual stuff. Okay. What if I want to rotate this in 3D? And I'll show you that in a second here. I'm going to go back to my 3D view, my perspective, and I'm going to rotate 3D now. And I'm going to select 3D. Select object to rotate. This is the object I want to rotate. Okay. Select rotation axis. The axis is basically the hinge. It's no longer a point to rotate from. It's a hinge, like a door. When you open the door is rotating on that vertical axis of the door hinge, right? So I'm going to start rotation axis from here to here. Actually, I want to rotate it this way, right? There we go. So I'm starting to rotate it not in plan, but in a totally different direction. See that? Yeah, and it can do that. All right. Okay. And if you press anywhere, there's your rotation, and see how you rotated it in space. And you can press spacebar again, and you can rotate your axis here because now you want to flip it the other direction. Right? And there you go. Okay, so this will become useful for you in the near future when you need to rotate an object three-dimensionally, not just in plan, not just in the flat view. All right.